Hey, what's up guys? Back again with another video. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to create a new Tailwind CSS project with React.js. So Tailwind CSS is a great CSS framework for making really nice user interfaces for websites, and I use React.js a lot for my work and also for future tutorials. So I need to create a new project, so I thought I might as well just bring you along for the process. So I got where I want to make the project, and so I'm going to go to anywhere and do new folder. Or actually, we don't need to make a new folder. You're going to right click and do git bash here. So you're going to get a terminal open up in that location, and so make sure, or you can also just do PowerShell and then just cd into that directory if you want to by copying the directory and do cd that. Or can you? Oh, you can't cd. Can you? cd? Oh, you can. Okay, so cd. I could just do this. So if you go to your Explorer here, copy it like that, and then you could paste it there. There we go. So now you're in that location. So once you're here, you want to create a new React.js project, and the easiest way to do that is to do npx create React app. Hopefully you have that. If you don't, then you can just go ahead and search create React app on the interwebs, and you can find the information here on how to get it. Yeah, you install it by doing npm install/g create React app. I'll leave a link for this in the description below. But besides that, also make sure you have Node.js installed. That'll come with that comes npm, so you can do all of these things here. So make sure you have Node.js, okay? So create React app, and then you put the name of the project that you want to create. I'm going to call mine log scanner frontend, because that's the project I'll be making. So now it's going to create that project and hopefully put it into a folder called log scanner frontend, as it says right there. So I'm going to let that run, and I'll be right back. All right, so it's done creating now, and it says we suggest that you begin by typing cd log scanner frontend, so it'll move you into that directory, and then you can do npm start to start the project, the React project. So we can close this now, and I've got started up here. WebStorm is the IDE that I like to use. The other really popular IDE is Visual Studio Code. So if you have Visual Studio Code, you can open it up in that. And then you'll see the readme.md file that was created by create React app. So this will give you a basic tutorial on how to do basic stuff. And we don't need that right now for this tutorial. So what I want to do now is go to your terminal down here. And this will essentially do what we just had open, except it's built into WebStorm. If you don't have WebStorm, or you're not using WebStorm, you can either use the Visual Studio Code built-in terminal, or you can use the PowerShell that you had open before, or whatever application you like to use, okay? So once you have that available, essentially you're just opening a terminal into that location. On the Tailwind CSS website, they have this little written tutorial on how to set it up with Create React App. This is how I figured it out. And it's pretty simple, so you can just copy this command here, that's what we're going to do next, and then go back to WebStorm and paste it there. So now it's going to install whatever packages for Tailwind CSS, PostCSS, and Auto Prefixer. I'll leave a link for that in the description below, by the way. Next, you're going to run npm install at Krakow/Krakow, and it should install that. Actually, what I want to do is terminate that. I want to do npm install Krakow//save, so that hopefully it'll add it to my package.json. So next time I install this project somewhere else, I can just do npm install and it'll give us the package. Same thing for this. So it should give us that added there. While that's doing that, we want to go to our package.json, speak of the devil, and go down to scripts. And in our scripts section here, we want to change this. So instead of React-scripts, we want to change it to Krakow. So Krakow start, Krakow build. I hope that's how you say that. Krakow, whatever. Krakow build, and Krakow test. There we go. So when you run npm start, it'll actually just run Krakow start, or Krakow build, or Krakow test, all right? After that, we want to go to our project structure right here and create a new file called krakow.config.js. There we go. And you can minimize that for now. So inside of this file, you want to create module.exports, or you can just copy it from the tutorial. That's the easiest thing. Copy it, paste it, And there we go. So now you have that. Then go back to your terminal and do npx TailwindCSS -cli at latest init. So that should just create your tailwind.config.js file. There we go. And that will be, where is that? Ah, here it is. And this is the main file for Tailwind CSS where you can configure dark mode. You can add plugins like the Forms plugin that Tailwind CSS offers, and other stuff that they have, okay? Now we're going to go to source, index.css, and we can get rid of this default stuff here. We don't really need that. Or you can just go ahead and make a new CSS file. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want and just paste this here. So now, essentially what this will do is it'll automatically put all the Tailwind CSS stuff within the place of this. So when you start the project, it'll be there. And now let's try running this. So npm start, and it should hopefully give us all we need. So it'll put the CSS files in here, or the CSS content in here, and then it should allow us to use Tailwind CSS wherever index.css is imported. So now if we go to our app.js, we have all this dummy code here. We can go ahead and remove this and just replace it with, hey, I'm cool. And then we can get rid of this app.css. We don't need that anymore, as well as the logo. And we can replace it with our index.css that we have now. So import, how did they do it? Let me see. There we go. So just replace this with index and then get rid of the logo. So hopefully when we do Control S to save this, it should recompile using Tailwind CSS. So we can make some changes here. So Tailwind CSS for React.js, you don't do class like a normal HTML attribute. You do class name. So then you can do class name equals quotes, and you can use all of these Tailwind CSS classes here, which are really cool. And we're just going to change this to text LG or XL. How about that? So extra large. And then the text we're gonna make it like red or something. Yeah, red 900. So if we Control S to save that, we can see our text is a little bit bigger, but also it's like a dark red, as you can see right there. So that means that Tailwind CSS is definitely working, and you can use it in your React.js projects now. That's all you got to do. It's a pretty simple process. It was a little more tricky before, but that written tutorial does help a lot. Another thing, by the way, is you may have noticed that I have suggestions here when I'm using Tailwind CSS within WebStorm. If you want that, just go to File, Settings, and go to Plugins. And there's a Tailwind CSS plugin that I have. Let me just search it. Tailwind. Oh, there we go. It's just called Tailwind CSS. So install that, and you should have all of the suggestions when you're typing, when you're creating components and using Tailwind CSS in your project, okay? All right, so that's it for this video. I know it's pretty basic. I pretty much just copied a written tutorial, but I guess it's more helpful sometimes to see it like actually done in front of you. So if you want to see anything else, just let me know. I'm happy to show you guys how to do other stuff, maybe some more complex stuff rather than copying a tutorial. But yeah, if you like this video, leave a like if you want to see more, subscribe, and peace.